What is up, YouTube? Today we're going to be talking about shoes. So if you're a skateboarder, I'm sure you know the struggle of having shoes that constantly have holes in them. So what I'm going to be covering in this video is A, how to prevent your shoes from developing holes in the first place, and obviously you can't prevent this forever, but this will definitely delay the time until they get holes, and B, how to fix the holes in your shoes that you already have and therefore making them last longer. First, let's talk about how to prevent holes in the first place. Here, we have a shoe, skate shoe, never been skated or worn or anything, brand new, and I want to skate it, but I don't want it to have a hole in like 2 weeks. So here's what you gotta do. To prevent holes, all you need is super glue. A lot of people don't worry about their shoes until they actually start getting holes, which is a big problem because then it's not really too late, but you could have made your shoes last longer in the first place. The best way to prevent holes in your new shoes is to take your super glue and carefully super glue over all the seams. I'm goofy, so I'm going to be doing this on my right shoe because that's the shoe that gets destroyed first. So all I'm going to do is take the super glue and carefully go over all the seams that would rip. So anywhere where the board would come in contact with the shoe, just put some super glue covering all the threads, anywhere that you'd see the shoe ripping. So I like to just put a thin layer, enough to make sort of a protective shield over it. Also, a good place to do it is on the toe cap, because that's where a lot of rips happen. Just put it right along the seam there. As you can see, it's almost invisible to the human eye, but around all these seams here, up on top, around here, on the toe cap, I put a thin line of super glue as a protective coat. So that's all you really have to do to prevent your new shoes from developing a hole. Just put super glue on any seams or anywhere that could develop a rip or a tear, and the super glue acts as sort of a shield to prevent the rip or the tear. Obviously this won't make your shoes last forever. Once the super glue wears off, the shoe is going to start wearing down. So what you can do is you can either reapply the super glue if it's not formed a hole yet, but if it has formed a hole, then move on to this step of the video. So now I'm going to talk about what to do once your shoe already has a hole. So what you need for this is shoe goo, which can be found at most local hardware stores and some skate shops. It's also helpful to have duct tape or any sort of tape to block off the hole when you're applying the shoe goo. So the first step is taking a little piece of duct tape, just big enough to cover the hole. So if in this case I'm going to use, let's say, that much tape. Take your tape and place it over the hole from the inside of the shoe. It's a little hard to get there sometimes, but just push it. And then you can sometimes see it showing through depending on how big the hole is. Right there I can tell that the tape's blocking it off. And what this does is it prevents the shoe goo from leaking into the hole. Once you have the hole in your shoe covered on the inside with tape, you want to take the shoe goo and slowly apply it to the hole. There's not really a right or a wrong way to apply it. Just put it on the hole. Around any place that's getting worn down, you want the shoe goo to be there. So I always put it on the hole, obviously. I put it on some of the old seams that are beginning to rip. Don't worry about evening it out or anything yet, that comes next. So apply a generous amount, because this is essentially what's saving your shoe. So apply anywhere you think your shoe might need it. So now you have this big gloopy mess on your shoe, and obviously it doesn't look good. I have black shoe goo because my shoe is black. Sometimes they make clear shoe goo that you can get. So the next step is to take your ice cube and slowly smooth it out. So here with the ice cube, just run it over any of the shoe goo. And what this does is, I don't know what it is about the ice cube, but it doesn't stick to the shoe goo at all, so it allows you to evenly smooth it out. So just run it all around until your shoe goo is smooth and spread thin around any holes or tearing parts. Make sure to get the edges a lot. Where the shoe goo ends and meets the shoe, make sure to flatten those down so that the shoe goo doesn't peel off. So now the shoe goo is all spread and smoothed out, and the duct tape is still on the inside of the hole right there. It's preventing the shoe goo from leaking in. Don't take the duct tape out until the shoe is dried. So then all you do is you take your shoe, set it down, preferably in the sun, let it sit for 24 hours until the shoe's fully dried. It could take more if you're living in like cold, rainy weather. Could take less if it's a nice sunny day. So I usually let it sit for 24 hours just to make sure it's safe. Once the shoe is dried, just go on the inside and peel out the duct tape that you put in, and the shoe is good to go. So this is a great way to make your shoes last an extra month or more, which is great because shoes are expensive and not everyone can afford to buy shoes every 2 weeks. So following these steps, you should be able to make your shoes last a decent amount longer, and your parents will thank you because they're not buying you shoes anymore. Your wallet will thank you if you buy your own shoes because you're buying half as many shoes, and that's about it. You'll be happy. If you liked this video, please click the like button down below. Not only does that help me feel better about myself, but it also helps the video rank higher in YouTube, so I'd greatly appreciate that. Also, leave a comment on what video you want to see me do next. I'm open to ideas. And lastly, please subscribe. All my info and social media and stuff will be in the outro coming up in approximately 4 seconds, so please click all the links and help me out. Later.